Welcome to another episode of Who Farted. Today, Doc and Mex speculate. That's right. Today, we do a show about conspiracies. So, sit, stand, walk, run, whatever you do when you listen to podcasts, and enjoy the show. All right, man. Yeah, I know that you said before, like, we don't need to have some sort of crazy introduction, but I still feel like there needs to be like a welcome to the show kind of a thing, right?
But I thought you meant like catchphrase.
I do want some sort of catchphrase. Like, some people are like,
just put pressure on me because I'm not that clever.
Yeah, well,
like in the spot of it, I feel like I'm more, especially if I'm. Wait, are you recording?
Yeah, I'm recording.
Okay, I don't care anyway.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, especially if I'm high. Like I'm pretty sure I've said something about smoking already, but in the previous podcast. No, I was gonna say if I'm high. Fuck, dude, those responses are way fucking slow. But if I'm like been sober for a few, even hours or something, and someone says some shit to me, I'll fucking clap back like I'm the cleanest I've been or something. Like, I mean, it's just weed, but that it does make you a little foggier to where your response is, and I feel like cleverness isn't very much all there.
Yeah,
like, I'll be thinking about shit like afterwards, but I don't feel like I could clam it down together with while I'm high.
Well, I'll listen to some of the stuff that we've recorded, right? And of course, because I'm editing too, and then I'll think of something clever afterwards, and I'm like, fuck, man, I should have said that, and and then and then there's some stuff that I said, I'm like, I sound like a dumbass, but whatever. But like, there's one thing that I've listened to, and I thought maybe I wasn't really able to explain, or I guess, like, I don't know. I wasn't able to explain exactly how I was feeling about it, but like I was saying that, all musicians, like the majority of musicians and like actors and stuff, are like assholes or a bag of dicks or a bag of shit or whatever, and that's not really how I feel. I feel really what it is that, like, people who are in the entertainment business, in order for them to be successful, they got to be a little crazy. So I think sometimes that kind of comes off, like they're assholes. But, yeah,
I was gonna say it's more of probably the fact that acting, music, and business, it's all almost cutthroat markets and businesses that you're just getting into. So like, no matter what, the decisions you make are almost seeming like asshole decisions, because just about everyone in those industries are in it for themselves, and you have to be. Like, especially like music and acting, like, you're not I mean, as much as you hope for your friends to make it, like, you're wanting to get that fucking acting gig. You're not wanting them to. Like,
of course,
you want to get it. But as much as you're close to them, like, you're just like, yeah, good job if they got it over you or something, or even like a music deal, like, same shit. Like, you want your friends to thrive, but you're solely for yourself. Like, so that's why I'm sure a lot of people just seem like they're bigger assholes than they really are.
Yeah.
Like, I've met some musicians, not like huge musicians, but a lot of them are real down to earth, mainly because I feel like I met more of the drummers and like singers. So a lot of them are just like, yeah, fuck yeah, like, how's it going? Like, hanging out and shit, just shooting the shit. But like, yeah, honestly, like, if I would be hanging out with the drummers, like, I would just see the singer just pass by and not even look at either of us. It's just like, okay, I could see how those guys are, and they're more. Unless they have a manager, I think the singers are more of the decision makers too, so that's why they seem like the assholes, because they're almost the front. They're the person that's like the face of the music, so it's just like they have to present that attitude of being like better than everyone, even if it's in the band. So it's just like those industries just suck for people that are really nice, because it'll turn them to either be assholes or just see a bunch of people that are assholes.
Yeah. But I mean, it takes a certain kind of individual to you know, to be like a celebrity, or to be a musician, or to
Dude,
be an athlete. Like,
even like the celebrities now, they can't handle that shit really much that often.
yeah,
Like all the breakdowns or a public outburst of even
yeah,
fucking Will Smith and Chris Rock this year.
yeah.
Like
That
not a
was
lot of them could handle it because they're especially Will. Like I don't blame him. His life has been almost full frontal ever since he was a kid, and then his wife does that shit. Fuck, dude.
yeah. Well, you know
Oh,
what? I mean, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors.
yeah, but what's been
So, but what's been
broadcasted out in public is pretty
ex-
fucked up already. So it's
exactly,
just
yeah.
like I don't know about this bitch.
Yeah, and like yeah, I'm sure he's fucking over it, and like
Yeah.
he ended up
So I
slapping
can't.
Chris Rock.
Yeah, I was gonna say can't really blame him for. And I'm sure I'm sure they're cool. They gotta be still friends.
I
And
guess
if
I
we
don't
get
know,
into a
maybe.
conspiracy of it all, I'm sure they weren't in any type of real beef in the first place.
Yeah, yeah. Some people could
But that's
say that like
just
it was meant to, like, sell tickets.
sell
So
tickets,
yeah.
get their views up,
Mm-hmm.
get more followers, or just fucking flat out distract us from whatever they were really doing, you know?
Yeah.
But
Let's not get started on that shit.
yeah,
'Cause
no, I was gonna
that's
say
a whole
that's
nother
another
rabbit
podcast.
hole. That's a whole nother rabbit hole.
Do a conspiracy one soon.
I know. Yeah, I know. We will. Uh, I
Especially
guess.
maybe with your cousin.
Huh?
I said especially like adding your cousin on for a second go or something, or even another guest
Yeah. I'd
or
like
a
to have another
conspiracy
guest.
one.
Yeah, because my cousin's a very scientifically minded individual.
Mm.
So if we wanted to do one where we got shot down on every one of our theories, or every one of our thoughts, then yes, we would get shot down. So,
Yeah,
you know,
it's hard to shoot this bird down, motherfucker. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, you know what though?
I still roll. I not even roll with it. I don't because I don't care. I still go even with people that are because the last one I did, she was a science major, so
Mhm.
I don't know what she would be doing of her job right now. But I had a
Flipping
fucking
burgers.
like 30 probably.
Yeah.
I had a 30-minute conversation of a flat Earth with her,
Uh huh.
and she was almost like fucking just like what the fuck,
Yeah.
and like we were going at it. I'm not even gonna lie. And after the conversation, she's like, "But do you really believe in this?" I was like, "No, I'm just fucking with you." And she just got so bent out of shape. She's like,
Yeah.
"No, it's just like I'll fucking keep going. Like I don't really care about any of this stuff. Like we all live and die. It's just the
Yeah.
conspiracies for me. It's just really fucking fun.
It
Like
is. Yeah.
it's just really fun. So I don't care about like oh it could be disproven or anything. It's just like it's just fun to think, dude. Like why are you gonna be so mad about it? Like,
I think really when it comes to conspiracies, it's not or truthers or truth or whatever. Like, I feel like it's not really about, it's not believing in these things. It's just that we have, like, we question, right? Like, we question what is being told to us. I mean, how many times have we been told one thing and then find out that it was a lie, right? Like your parents,
all of our lives.
yeah, man, your parents started out with the cold conspiracies, right? Like your parents got together and told you there was Santa Claus. Yeah. So you grow up being told about Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and all that stuff, and then we're supposed to assume that just because people are in a position of power, or people seem educated because they wear a white lab coat, that they are the end all in all
fucking
knowledge.
Funny about that is because like during COVID there was someone in a white lab coat screaming about how the government's lying to us and about how we need to put our faith in God and shit in a white lab coat, and everyone's giving her fucking shit. She's a fucking doctor.
Yeah.
But everyone she is legit a doctor, not just some actor or anything, and she's telling us like we need to have just faith, and everyone's just like, man, fuck you dumb. You a doctor somewhere else, like probably like what the fuck, like how how one-sided can this racism bullshit go?
Yeah.
It's just so crazy. Like, she was an African doctor telling us what half the people want to hear.
Yeah.
And the rest of the people are just like, no, you're bullshit. You're stupid. It's like, dude, wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. It just throws me through a loop, man.
Well, I mean, you look at people like Bill Nye or just like these like other
he's
like
not even a scientist.
I know. Well, I mean,
he's
that's
not even a real scientist. Isn't his like? Well, no, he's an engineer.
Yeah. Right.
Oh my god. Yeah. So it's just like, and then he flip flops on shit for the fucking narrative, man.
Yeah.
So, wasn't half of his fucking shit about biology when we were kids, and now it's how you feel.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't watch a lot of Bill Nye. I was more of a Beekman's World guy, but I think he had somebody dressed up like a rat, and I thought that was funny. So yeah, but I go further back, and there was a dude named Mr. Wizard, and that guy was the fucking best. Like, he'd be like clowning on the kids that didn't know shit. He was like an old school like science teacher, and he would talk about stuff like, you got to go on YouTube one of these days and check out
Mr. Wizard.
Mr. Wizard. He was on Nickelodeon back in the 80s. He was awesome. He was awesome. But yeah, man, I just think that we trust, like, too many people are gonna believe what somebody says, and then that's it, and that's final, right? And then they won't bother to listen to like alternative opinions or thought.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that it's important, you know. Like,
I remember seeing these, but not like the videos. Sorry.
Oh, the Mr. Wizard? Yeah.
Yeah, in the Beekman's World.
Yeah.
But probably like memes or just pictures somewhere.
Mm-hmm. But, you know, like, we both grew up, you know, religious, right? I did.
Yes. Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah. So, you know, we got to a point where, I mean, I'm not gonna speak for you, but I'll speak for me. Like, I got to a point where I didn't believe the same things that I was taught. Like, I finally thought to myself, I can't like be so close-minded to other like religions or other points of view, because, you know, I was taught that, like, my religion and my denomination was the right way, and it was the only way. Every other way was wrong. But there's no way of proving any of that. So why not listen to the opinions of other people, their different religions, their different thoughts, and you know, and that makes, I don't know, I just feel like it just makes you a better person to listen to other opinions, and to have listen to other points of view, and
So
you may
you're
not have
shutting everyone else down.
Yeah, because you can't do anything. Like, one of the words that I think is kind of like, I think it's interesting, the word truth. And so many people want to talk about like the truth, right? Or even truthers, people who want to know the truth. And I don't think that you can ever really know the truth, right? Like, what's true? I mean, some people could say, oh, well, everyone knows the sky is blue. But what about the people who are colorblind, right? Like, they don't know that the sky is blue. They've been told, but it's a whole different color. My stepson, he's colorblind. And he'll look at grass. Grass is not green for him. And, like, it made me think about the fact that people have different perspectives on all sorts of things. And just because one thing seems like the truth to you doesn't mean that it is the truth to everybody. Mm-hmm. So really, like, is truth even real? But I'm ranting, and I'm on a soapbox, and we start.
Yeah, so no worries, and then we'll go back to this one because I like this conversation.
Yeah, I do too.
To,
I mean, we could keep talking if you wanted to about it, but I haven't really prepared for it. Not that I prepared for what the topic was that we were going to pick, but
yeah.
like,
Well, I don't know.
yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool with sticking to what we were going to stick to.
All right.
Are you good with that, or what would you like to
Yeah,
do?
because I mean, if we're on the topic of conspiracies, anyways,
Yeah,
kind of more or less.
yeah, true.
Um, because I've already talked about like flat Earth, and I don't really believe flat Earth.
Yeah,
What are your thinks on or thinks? What are your thoughts on Earth?
on Earth.
Yeah, like what do you think it is? Like, is it flat? Is it an orb or?
You know, I can't. I like all ideas, to be honest with you. I mean, I know that there's so much evidence for around Earth, but I think
Yeah.
in order for you to believe that, you have to believe the science, the scientists, right? And
Mhm.
then therefore, you're believing in man. And I
And
don't.
Photoshop.
And Photoshop, yeah, because even NASA has
Because
said
they say they Photoshop their pictures of Earth. My
exactly.
thing on that, my thing on that is, what if they're making or the countries and continents bigger and
Mm.
taking out other continents, other countries?
And then adding Australia.
I
I
no,
that's such a stupid like conspiracy theory
no,
that Australia isn't
I
real.
like bigger Earth theory more than like flat Earth and shit like that. But you're saying like people think Australia is not real?
Yeah, you never heard of that?
No,
It's
I've
so
never heard of that
fucking
one.
it's so fucking dumb. Like, yeah,
I mean, think
Australia
about it.
doesn't
Have you ever met
exist.
anyone from Australia? It's always Austria. I don't know, man. I
Yeah,
don't know.
they've just been confused. No,
We've
man.
just been confused the whole time, man. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know. No, that's fucking funny. I've never heard of that one.
yeah.
No,
No, it's funny. But as far
I've
as
been
well, go ahead.
I've been seeing a lot more videos of people saying like UFOs are like from continents that are outside of the ice wall that is Antarctica.
Yeah, the flat Earth thing.
Yeah, yeah, but it's bigger. I get why it's connected, but this one's, for me, it's bigger because like after that, because think about it, why the fuck do all the nations come together and say no one could go to this land, Antarctica?
Yeah, no, I do think that
Why?
there's a lot of
Why?
interesting things with Antarctica.
That's fucking weird, dude.
Um,
So like if we get past there and there's more continents and shit, what the fuck else have they been lying to us about? Like,
yeah,
and then like another one I've seen is where the planets are actually just the moons of the bits of Earth that we are calling those planets. So like Mars is actually part of Earth, and the Mars planet that we see is its moon.
huh?
You see what I'm
Yeah, you
putting
know
down?
what? I've never looked into that, and that's something pretty interesting that I would
And then
like
so
to look
like
into.
if there's actually UFOs coming around, it's more than likely just more futuristic fucking cars that these people on the outer countries and continents have, and we're fucking in the slums still. We're barely driving cars, and these motherfuckers have hover vehicles flying through. They're fucking late for work one day, so they have to cut through America to get to work. You know, stupid shit like that.
Yeah,
That'd just be fucking interesting to me.
yeah,
That'd just be fucking crazy. Let's like, cause like, like, fuck it. Like, I'll just say it. Like, I'll be like, yeah, Earth's round, whatever. Like, whatever. If there's a gun to my head, dude, I'm saying whatever I need to be fine. But deep down thoughts, like, this isn't that fucking outlandish, dude.
So
It's
the
not
big,
that crazy for them to be like faking that there's bigger, more rich countries outside of ours, so that the government, the people in higher power, can use those, can go, their vacations are actually to go see their fucking alien families that are fucking multi-trillionaires with huge ass fucking mansions in these countries that we don't know about, you know?
yeah. So
Not
big
more than
Earth.
likely, but like to me, it doesn't seem that far off.
Well, I think that's because we're
More
open
shit than
we're open to
other
believing
people.
things
Yeah.
because we question everything,
Flat Earth
so
sounds stupid to me, but Big Earth, Flat Earth sounds fun.
sounds fun. Yeah,
Sounds awesome.
I think that's the other thing too. Like a lot of these theories and stuff. Like I think that we just. I mean, for me, I like to believe in stuff that's. I like to believe in a magical world, and I think also too. I like to think that maybe I have some sort of knowledge or insight into
Yeah.
something that other people don't have insight into. But the reality is, I don't have any insight into any of this shit because I don't know anything. Everything is just hypothetical or theory, right? Or speculation, whatever word. I don't have a thesaurus by me, so. But I mean, I don't believe wholeheartedly in anything, but get I love to listen to some theory and then just get my mind going. Like you're talking about Big Earth, and it ends up getting my mind going. Like, okay, well, if that's possible, then how would it be possible? And then what are all the things that would entail? As far as like my opinion, like I don't think that there's a flat Earth. But I mean, I like the flat Earth. There's also the hollow Earth theory. You're talking about like
Yeah.
the aliens, right, or these
Yeah.
extraterrestrials. And then if they're coming from the big
That's
Earth, then it's
Dude,
not.
that's more possible now too because all these sinkholes fucking
Yeah,
showing a whole ass ecosystem in China.
yeah. Well, see,
Did
that's
you see that?
the whole. No, I
That's
didn't.
fucking
But now I
crazy.
want to
Yeah,
end up
no,
checking that out.
a sinkhole opened up and I think it was China, and underneath it when they looked inside, forest of trees that had been I think extinct or either like gone for like a long time from China, and then I don't know about animals, but I think they were saying there's different microorganisms that they haven't seen in thousands of years or like
Yeah,
extinct shit. So they're just like, what the fuck else could be underneath just us? Like I saw a commercial about it last night, and my fucking half asleep stoned ass was just like, fuck, dude, if a hole opens up right now and I just fall into a tree, like, am I gonna die? Like, what the
yeah,
fuck? Oh shit!
dude.
So like, I was just like, I need to go to bed, man. No, fuck this.
There's
So
stories
yeah,
of some sinkhole swallowing up, like in Florida, man. Like some sinkhole swallowing up some dude, like as he was sleeping. Like that shit happens, man. So
ah,
yeah,
fuck, dude. So like, yeah, I had a little fucking crisis before I
yeah,
went to bed last night.
yeah. You weren't smoking the right kind of stuff, dude.
But
Yeah,
apparently not. I need to
no,
switch up, man.
yeah, yeah.
But
But I,
nah, see,
yeah,
it's just stuff like that. Like that even, I just made it like an interesting thought because it's just like if there's a hollow Earth
yeah,
and it's just showing itself randomly, then like legit, like people could get fucking hurt, and that's not really fun, but that's
no,
interesting.
yeah. Well, I mean, there was this one story I remember hearing on Coast to Coast. This dude was claiming that there was like this alien race inside um, Mount Shasta, and they,
Just
yeah, and they were basically they were from space, right?
uh-huh.
They're extraterrestrials, but they look human-like, almost like elves, and they live in Mount Shasta, which is up north, North California, Northern California, and they have special like abilities and whatever, and but they're like our ancient ancestors basically.
Yeah.
So and they live in tunnels and stuff in the earth, and yeah, man, the Hollow Earth thing. Did you ever watch King Kong? That King Kong movie?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they
Last
had
one
the
with
yeah.
Godzilla, yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. Stuff like that. Cause that'd be fucking crazy if the fucking hole just opens up and there's a giant ass lizard that's been protecting everyone.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! But
Yeah, yeah. That's why I
see,
like
that
that.
one's outlandish.
Yeah,
But
but
it's
that's
still
why
fun.
I like that movie because they actually talked about like the whole Hollow Earth thing, and I'm like, dude, that's a
Yeah.
conspiracy theory. This is fun, man. So it was cool. But
And now in that, if people are making movies about conspiracy theories, does that lead you to think like, oh shit, they're trying to tell us something?
Sometimes. In that case,
Sometimes,
no.
especially if there's more, because I feel like there's another movie coming out, somewhat about Hollow Earth. I don't know
Yeah,
if it's
but there's.
another God, because I think no, I think they're making a sequel to that one.
Okay.
The last time I saw something that it was like straight up telling us what's going on, I felt like it was what was it? The last Predator movie?
Prey?
No, not Prey. Sorry.
Okay.
The one before that.
Okay.
The one that
I haven't
get
seen.
It. No one really likes it.
Have you seen Prey?
I saw her watching it. It's pretty cool. So
okay. I heard it was great. I want to watch it. I haven't watched it yet. So.
But the one before that, the kid in it, like the main guy's son, has a form of autism. And he's the only one that could like properly, like, what was, I don't want to fuck it up too bad, but he's the only one that could either use the alien's gear or have it to where his, like, he set it up to where his dad could use the armor at the end for the next movie, but I don't think they did this, they're gonna do the sequel. But after that, like, I started seeing a little more about like kids of autism, and I thought they were trying to be like, no, like, this is the next step in human evolution.
Yeah, autistic people. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've always thought that. Like, not always, but I've pretty much, because like a lot of them are very fucking intelligent.
Yeah.
Like, very smart. So like ever since then, like, I've kind of just rested on the idea of like, probably that's especially with a few movies telling that to us. I think that's the line. That's where it's going. Yeah. Like, that's the next part, and then not like aliens, obviously, but I think we're gonna keep fucking going, and they're the next step in our progression. Like, so like whoever, I don't know. To me, especially like when people say like, oh, saying the R word's bad, it's just like, to me that's not to them, because I truly think they're fucking smarter than me.
Yeah.
At least a lot of them.
Well, in certain ways, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so my son is on the spectrum, and they say to say spectrum now because it's just this wide range of, you know, autistic behaviors and whatever, right? So, but he's on that, and you know, so when you end up finding out that your kid is on the spectrum, you start to look into it, and you try to figure out ways to help them. And my, you know, like your mind too, but my mind starts to go off in these weird tangents. And I was thinking the same exact thing. Like, I was thinking that same thing years ago. Like, after, you know, when he was first diagnosed, and he was like, well, basically like when Jenny McCarthy was talking about how vaccines were giving kids autism. I don't know if that's true or not, because we've had vaccines for a long time, and I'm not autistic. But, you know, it did make me think, like, what if they were trying to get the human race into a certain way of thinking? Because, you know, autistic people are very smart. They tend to be. The ones that are high functioning are very intelligent, but they lack social skills. So, what it made me think of is, have you ever seen the movie or read the book 1984?
No.
Okay. So basically, in that, what they do is all the people, it was supposed to be set in 1984, but this is years and years ago that it was written. And that's where the whole Big Brother is watching. Have you ever heard of that term?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So so that's where that comes from. And the reason why is because basically the government was always watching over the people and making sure that they were staying in line and making sure that they were going to bed when they went to bed. They were going to eat when they would go, were supposed to go eat. They were basically just drones. They were supposed to be drones. And I felt like that was kind of what they were that if it was true that they were trying to evolve man into these like autistic beings, whatever, that's exactly what they would do. Is they would just be drones with no social skills, and they
Yeah,
would
just
just
very smart doing stuff for them.
yes, exactly, yeah. So
I didn't think of that.
you would have like two groups of people. You would have the people who are like the
Fat,
wealthy,
baldy motherfuckers.
yeah,
Oh.
the wealth. You would have the wealthy people who are royalty or whatever,
Yeah.
the with elite
And then
people,
the working
whatever,
class.
and then you have the working class. So you now the class system is either the working class or the wealthy, and the working class, all they're doing is working, 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 and they will have nothing and they will like it because they don't know any better. And then
Yeah.
you've got the wealthy who do nothing and start getting, fatter and fatter and start looking like the humans on Wall-E, right? And then
Yeah.
and then but yeah, and then they would have like their life expectancy would be longer because they have all the money and they have all the technology to get their DNA or their body parts like refreshed or whatever. So that was what I was thinking because like I said, my mind gets all weird. But yeah, like I don't know, because there's been like this steady rise in autism, since the '80s. So, and I think that especially within the last I would say since like 2000, that rise has become more drastic. I believe. I would have to look it up. In fact, I'm gonna look it up right now. So then that way I don't sound like a complete idiot. Yeah, every time we end up talking about stuff, I'm like, I'm like, we're on a computer, man. I need to fucking look this shit up.
Lucky people aren't fact checking this shit.
Oh well, yeah. Let's see here. So, all right, so we'll just go from 2000. So here we go. Like I don't have anything before that, at least on the page I'm looking at. I'm actually on the CDC website, and we know how truthful they are.
Yeah.
So let's just say that they're correct here. So the surveillance year shows 2000. The birth year was 1992. So that would mean that they were 8 years old. So this is one in 150 kids in the year 2000 were 1 in 150. And then that also was the case in '02, and then it went down in '04. That was 1 in 125. And then in '06, 1 in 110 were autistic. So now these were kids born in 1998. Now, kids born in 2000. 1 in 88. Kids born in '02. 1 in 68.
Damn.
Kids born in '04. 1 in 69. Kids born in '06. Nice. Kids born in '06. 1 in 59. And then I'm going to go all the way up to 2010. 1 in 44 are autistic. That's a large amount of autistic people. Now, is that saying that we're just noticing it more? Like, is it because more people are aware of it now and they are actually getting their kids diagnosed? Or is this actually a thing of, is it just happening for more people? And also, too, like, what are they deeming, autistic, right? Like, somebody who just doesn't like to pay attention, are they trying to say that they are autistic? And so many people, like kids nowadays, are like, I'm autistic, when really you're just an asshole, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're just being a shithead kid. You're not really autistic. But so I mean, there's other factors in that whole rise in kids that are autistic. But I mean, back in my dad, I'm sure would have been diagnosed with ADHD.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure that if I had been sent to a doctor, they would have said the same thing about me when I was a kid. Um, which makes me think that maybe some of this stuff is just bullshit. Like, maybe it's not. Maybe, like, these diagnoses that we give these kids are um, actually just kids being kids, and I don't know.
Well, it's like it's either kids being too much as kids and being too not anxious, but doing having too much energy. So people are like, doctors are giving them pills to chill out,
Yeah,
and that probably messes them up more and gets them depressed. And then there's kids that are probably super like down or depressed or just have no energy, and those doctors are giving them shit that pump them up,
yeah,
and it's doing almost the adverse. So it's just, I don't
yeah,
know, especially with like when it comes to kids and like stuff like that from medicine. It's just so like, to me it's fucked because they're not developed. Like, whatever we're giving them is gonna interrupt that development and mess them up. Maybe not right away, not
yeah.
not like 5 years down the line, but somewhere it's gonna show back up. I feel like, whether it be physically, mentally, or even emotionally.
Well,
Like,
and that's the whole like, you're talking about medication and stuff. Like, that's a
mhm.
whole nother rabbit hole. The
Yeah,
whole.
especially with fucking shootings and stuff. Because if you look into it, like, a lot of the people that commit mass shootings are on antidepressants already,
Mm-hmm.
or all have some type of mental illness that's going on with them, that it's just not being looked at,
Yeah.
and the doctors aren't giving them proper stuff to treat them, because more than likely it's already what's treating them is giving that reaction.
But then, too, you got to think about, like, what is causing all of these mental illnesses, and how long have these mental illnesses, like, existed, right? Like, I don't know. I think a lot about the problems that we have now, and then think about what was it like in, what was it like a century ago, or what was it
Yeah.
like 2 centuries ago? Did we have all of these people, like, you know, uh, like, all this anxiety that everybody has now, or was there bipolar? Was there schizophrenia? I mean, before people heard God, so um,
Yeah, but a lot of the biblical stuff, like if you look in it, um, I mean, the burning bush.
yeah,
What's in the bush?
yeah,
Sometimes weed.
yeah,
So that shit, whoever put it on fire,
yeah,
got whoever high as fuck,
yeah. There's
and they
some.
went and built a fucking boat.
Yeah, you're getting stories mixed up, because
And it
Moses.
wasn't that Noah?
No,
I thought that was Noah that saw the bush.
no, man.
Hey man,
It
you
was
know what?
Moses. It was Moses.
Moses saw the bush and split the sea, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Noah just spoke to the air.
No, yeah. God talked to Noah and said, "Listen,
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you're right.
flood the whole earth, and then I want you to put every animal on a giant boat, one male, one female, and then I'm gonna go ahead and save them all. Now, I think that that's ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Like as a kid, though, I'm like, yeah, that's that. I believe that, right?
Yeah.
Like, and then like looking back, I'm like, how the fuck did I believe that? It's ridiculous. But if you start seeing the Bible as something that's more of like, not, not like factual, not, I wouldn't say like, they're not like factual stories, right? Like,
Mhm.
they're more like secret codes kind of a thing, or like fairy tales, right? Like
Okay.
fairy tales were um, like you know about like the poem, right? The Humpty Dumpty sat on the
Yeah.
wall, right? Okay, so that was about like royalty, right? They had to change words, and they had to hide things because um, you couldn't talk bad about royalty, or you'd be
Yeah.
thrown in jail or killed or whatever. And it could have been the same thing about biblical stuff, right? Um, Also, too, like as far as like biblical stories go, um, some things I think, like we've talked about this before with that game Horizon, where uh, these humans that didn't have all this advanced knowledge are they are surrounded by this advanced knowledge from mankind from the past, so they don't understand it, so it's gods, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
how are they going to write things down? It's the same thing with like these biblical stories. Like maybe they heard these stories, and then they're like, okay, well there was this like flood, and there was an ark, and it had all of it had all the animals, male and
Well,
female.
shit. What if the Ark was just a fucking spaceship,
Yeah, right.
and what is it? The Anunnaki came down and saved everyone. It was just like, hey,
Yeah,
my name's Noah.
yeah,
You just tell people what I did here. This shit's wood. Don't
yeah.
fucking think too hard about it. Bye.
But I mean,
And
maybe,
just walked away. Like,
but maybe the flood was something different, or I don't know. I guess there is evidence that there was this massive flood, like
yeah,
but maybe maybe you're right about the whole, like a spaceship. Maybe you're right about that. Maybe instead of male and female, maybe what it was is they were actually like holding the DNA, like in
fuck.
the
You just
spaceship,
fucking
right?
unlocked something else for me. God damn, dude.
Yeah, dude. Like,
I was saying the aliens came down, which is like, hey, you, get on the ship. Come on, let's go.
yeah,
Hurry up. But you're saying like, no, they came and fucking took DNA
yeah,
and just bounced.
yeah, and then
Not
they
that. Fuck.
whatever.
I
But
thought they were nice.
well, no, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
Ah,
maybe that's why they keep coming back and like probing
uh,
us, is to
it's
change.
just I like that one better now.
Yeah,
I like them just getting the DNA and like doing the Prometheus thing where they have the DNA
yeah,
and everything's destroyed, but they're like, well, I have to fucking restart this shit, and they just put it in the ocean.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that'd be dope. That'd
yeah.
be a good way.
But that like talking about that, like that, there's this thought that I've been having, right? And now I don't smoke weed, but if I did, I can't imagine like how deep I would go into this like thought. But okay, so here we go. What if we are artificial intelligence?
Fuck.
So, like, hear me out.
Not here.
Like, we're okay, so we are trying to create like this artificial intelligence. And what if we are a creation of an advanced, maybe a humanoid type, uh, uh, um, you know, being or whatever, from a different galaxy? What because like we're sitting here, we're trying to create artificial intelligence, basically robots that'll think for themselves and
Hmm.
whatever, and we're trying to make them look more human like, and we're trying to make them move more like humans, and we're making robots that like walk and on their own without the help of anything, right? So what if we were that for some other, you know, as we call it, like aliens or extraterrestrials, right? And that's the reason why they'll come back to kind of like see what we're up to, because they're checking in on us. Like we
Yeah.
advance to the point where they're like, okay, we could go ahead and give them their own place, and because I mean we are machines. We're
Hmm.
just an organic machine. And who's to say that at some point in time we couldn't create the same exact thing? An organic machine that thinks on its own. Well, then essentially,
Technically, we do, man.
yeah,
Every
and
nine
that's
months.
that's exactly what it seems like we're trying to do, and that's exactly what we are. You
Hmm.
know, so I mean, like, what if we are the AI of some race of humanoid beings in a galaxy far, far away? You know?
Yeah, with fucking lightsabers and shit. I'm gonna go there. God damn.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. That's just like a thought that I've been having, and I don't ever hear anybody talking about it. Like every once in a while, I
No, I've
think,
seen a few recently about, especially the guy I was showing you right now. I'll show you once we're done.
okay.
But there's something kind of like that where they talk about being an AI.
Um, I was gonna say though, like that thought that I've been thinking about a lot recently. Um, it's not like I'm not like the only person to think of it, because in
No,
a
no, no,
in a
no.
way, in a way, it's kind of like what they did on a Rick and Morty episode.
Oh yeah, that's right. The video game, huh?
No, not the video game. The one where Rick created a race of being to power up his car battery,
Oh
and
yeah,
then it stopped working. So he went inside and found out that they created a race of beings within that world, right?
yeah,
So it's kind of like the same. It's the same thing. And
yeah.
you know, I don't know if I thought about it like after that or before that, but it's just been a thought that's been going through my head like more recently. I'm like, yeah, man. I'm like, I need to talk about this because I don't think I've ever talked about it with you. So I'm like,
No,
yeah,
no,
you
we
probably
haven't.
trip out.
That's a good one. No, and nah, because exactly if it would be like that, like we're the second one, that'd be
Yeah,
fucking crazy. Because like those motherfuckers come down, like probably every other year just to remind us, like we need to stop doing that when you get to work. That's probably only reasons why we actually see these fucking aliens is because like we're getting too complacent,
yeah,
too like just chilling, and they're like, nah, 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 get the fuck back to work.
yeah, right,
So they
yeah,
take a few of us so that way two of us have to fill in their spots or something, you know? Like
yeah.
they just got to remind us. But shit, no, that's an interesting one.
Is there like a particular conspiracy that you're really like, dude, this has got to be true? Just because like
Mm,
there's actual like evidence that doesn't say specifically that this happened, uh but there's
my
enough there that you're like, okay, this could be true.
mhm. Now my thoughts on bigger Earth, I think, would be the most true for me.
Yeah,
Not the outlandish, like oh, there's like multiple layers. I think it's bigger than what we're being told. I think we have more room to grow than what we're being told. I don't
yeah,
know. I would like it if it's the one that I would think where there's like multiple layers of
yeah,
different alien creatures or not creatures but different civilizations. I guess I'd like that. But I guess the most that I have to be 100% like this is there's no way it's not. It's the whole not Illuminati, but I think there's a top tier elite cabal out there just like trying to plan everything and make it to where not specific people but like like you said earlier, there should be, or not should be, but they're trying to make. At one point, they were trying to make two classes of people or
Yeah.
something. The working class and the elites. Like I'm pretty sure they're still trying to do something like that. I'm sure there's a cabal of elites out there that want to just be on top, like that just will remain on top and keep working class people at the bottom.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're um
Hello? You there? What happened? Did you mute yourself? Okay, so I lost Mex. And I know people always say this kind of shit, but it's just funny how you start talking about conspiracies and then all of a sudden the technology craps out, which it's just funny. Anyways, I'm trying to get back to him. So I'm gonna edit this and we'll get it all smooth.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, it's funny. Like every, like this kind of shit. Every conspiracy, like podcast that I listen to, or truther podcasts, or alternative news podcasts, right? They always end up having an interview or something, and then somebody's internet craps out, and it's funny to me that happened to us while you were talking
Yeah.
about like the Illuminati, and it's just funny to me, like,
Yeah.
you know,
Perfect timing.
because I always think, okay, that's bullshit, right? Like, I've never had issues with my internet while I'm like looking up stuff. Never had issues. It's funny to me. It's funny.
That was gold. Like you said, that's all. It was like, fuck, they shut me down.
Yeah, yeah. I don't. Just to
But
be clear, though, I don't think that that's the case.
no, my
But it
my
is.
internet shit.
It's
It's just
very.
funny.
Yeah, it's very convenient, I guess. So, yeah. So, anyways,
Where was I in that little rant?
I don't remember. I'd have to go back, but I know you were talking about like the elite or the Illuminati, or just how there is some sort of
Oh,
some sort of group that's in control or
yeah.
whatever.
Before they cut me off, what I was trying to say is that they're not that bad, and that they want everyone to thrive, but they don't want everyone to thrive as much as them. Chill out,
Yeah.
guys. Chill out.
You know what? Like,
Uh,
I've often like, I like to be devil's advocate, right?
uh,
And I like to try to see both sides of the story, and I like to try to think of, the both sides of the story. And a lot of like the conspiracies and stuff, I'm like, well, what if these things were actually meant to like protect us? Like what if, and they can't tell us, because if they did, then people would freak the fuck out, or they would be
yeah.
like, that's not true. So like one thing that I think about is like the what is it, chemtrails, right? Do you know about chemtrails?
Yeah.
Okay, so like the theory is that they are um they have these chemicals that are coming out of jets, that they're deliberately spraying in our sky to cause all sorts of problems, like, health problems, this, that, whatever. And
Oh.
then other people say, no, they're contrails, condensation trails, and it's just exhaust from an engine, which I I don't believe that at all. I do think that there is something being sprayed, because sometimes sometimes like the line in the sky will break. Like there'll be like a break and then start up again. I'm like, so you're telling me like that little tiny pocket of air wasn't like, cold enough, but in the same line? I don't know. It just seems weird to me. And then those things stay up there forever.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm not a meteorologist. I'm not, a scientist. I don't know for sure. But my thought is too, like, well, maybe what they're doing is they're actually trying to plant, like, do cloud seeding is what it's called.
Yeah.
And they're trying to actually, we're having trouble with droughts, so they're trying to, you know, uh, like seed the clouds to make it rain. But I don't know if that's really the case or not. But other people will say no, they're trying to cause droughts. I don't know. I just know it's hot as fuck where we're at right now, and I don't like it. So whatever they're deciding to do, I wish that they would make it colder if they could,
Yeah.
because it's too fucking hot. I don't like this shit. So yeah, but as far as like you're talking about like a conspiracy that you believe that there is. You believe that there is some sort of power, like some sort of group that is in control, that's hidden behind closed doors and whatnot. And I'm with you on that. I don't think that they're.
That's the thing too. I don't even think they're like all that hidden.
I think that the true people who are in power, they are hidden, right? Like you don't. I just think that there's like little subgroups, right? Kind of like.
Well, to me, I think at least one of them's got to be like this Palpatine motherfucker.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I got the balls for this. I'll just be fucking Joe Biden. Fuck you.
No.
Like in reality, like Joe's like just a bumbling idiot for the camera, and he's not to say a Sith Lord, but he's Palpatine. That'd be fucking funny.
Yeah.
He just stands up. He's like, all right, you fools.
Oh. He's like, I'm gonna go drink some baby blood now, and I'll get better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get all my fucking wrinkles gone and
yeah,
brain cells back.
Yeah. No, there's one like theory that I wonder if it is true. I think there's a lot of like, I don't know, there's a lot of like evidence that it could be true, but then again, maybe not. And that would be that Hitler lived and
no, I think so too.
Died in Argentina.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I think so too. But I also think that people like that are like the heads of these great wars and shit, they'll get away. Like I don't usually like who's the last one that they said we killed? Because we killed him twice, I think.
Saddam Hussein or Bin Laden?
Saddam,
Bin Laden. Okay.
Yeah, because I think we killed him fucking twice, or some shit. But
the story is that he died of like liver failure or something, and then we but that was like before or it was, I think it was after 9/11 happened, and then years
later we got him.
Yeah, but he was already dead. There was just some other bearded man, in that part of the world. So,
but like going on to like the Hitler thing, like there's a whole like tribe of Germans in like Brazil or Argentina, like
Argentina,
you said.
Yeah.
So it's that those groups, the besides Hitler, but like his higher ranks, all escaped and went down to Argentina before or like, well, I guess before the end of the war, but like before they get caught, So no, I heard of that. That was fucking interesting, though, too.
Yeah, I'm on Wikipedia right now, and I'm looking at it, and there's, I guess, there's been German immigration to Argentina in a few time frames. 1870, 1870 to 1914, 1918 to 33, and then
What do
33
these
to
guys keep
40.
doing?
What was that?
So what do these guys keep doing?
I don't know. But now they're saying that the like after a pause due to World War One, immigration to Argentina resumed, and Germans from Germany came in their largest numbers. Um, and then the reason why is because there was immigration restrictions in the United States and Brazil. So people, Germans trying to get out of Germany, and then that was the place they decided to go because I guess there was already Germans there. So, which I mean, if you think about it, like Hitler could have escaped down there and been around other Germans that already existed there. They celebrate Oktoberfest in in Argentina. So like it's there's that many German people and that many people that speak German uh, and Spanish. Or is it? Do they speak Spanish there? I think they speak Spanish.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So
I like a dialect off of it.
yeah, I think so. Most German Argentinians do not speak German at home because of the decline of the language. However, some estimates suggest that 1.8 million Argentinians of non German descent have some knowledge of German. It is a language that can be heard all over the country, and this is partially maintained by the continued existence of German speaking Argentinians and some business connections. German
Gotta
is
get them BMWs.
what?
They gotta get them BMWs over there.
Yeah, is that yeah?
That's a German car.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Well, so Volkswagens, those are German cars. But
Oh, God damn it.
yeah. No, I don't know what BMW is. There's a lot of cars made in Germany.
No, the Volkswagen's funnier.
Oh.
Sounds good.
Well, yeah, it does. Yeah. But yeah, I still think that that's a strong possibility. He could have left, and and it's interesting too. Like after World War II, how many of the scientists, the German scientists, escaped any sort of prison for the war crimes that they supposedly ended up having, and they just ended up integrating right into Russia and the U.S. as far as like science goes, and so it makes me. What was that?
Operation Paperclip.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So it just makes you wonder, like, was there really like, I don't know, what was the war really about, and did it really end the way that we think that it ended? And that's something that I think that history is not the way that we're told a lot of times. And they say that history is written by the winners, right?
I was gonna say, yeah.
And they're gonna say whatever the fuck they want to say.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think that also goes along with like the Bible, right? They had they had a council of people that decided these are the books that are going to go in the Bible, and these are the stories that are going to be told. And again, that's why I don't trust man, right? Like I don't I want to question everything because I don't think that you were talking earlier about how you want to help people. Not everybody feels that way. And I think that a lot of people are out for themselves, or they have an agenda, and I'm going to question that. And even with the people who end up having these conspiracy theories, I question those as well. Like I definitely don't want to be that guy that believes everything, like Q, or or believes that that 9/11 was an inside job, just because there's things that point you in that direction. Every movie that somebody comes out with, they have an agenda. Every article, they have an agenda. So you just have to like get both sides of the story, and then you just have to come to your own conclusion, and just know that whatever our opinion is, it's just our opinion, and it's hard to prove anything, especially nowadays. Like, we talked about how NASA is doctoring those photos, and it's true, they've even admitted to it. But so many like videos on YouTube can be fake, and so many like stories could be fake, and it's really hard to, like we were talking about ghosts the other day, and like we've talked about the ghost videos like on YouTube or whatever, and like so many of those could be fake. I mean, like that movie Paranormal Activity, like looks like it could be pretty legit, right?
Yeah.
But if we don't see it with our own eyes, it's hard to really believe anything. At least for me.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, okay, flat Earth, round Earth, large Earth, hollow Earth, simulation, or whatever people believe. Like, that's cool. Believe it. I'm good with all of it. If I can't see it with my own eyes, like if I haven't been out in space to see the curve of the Earth, then I don't know for sure. And you can have all the science and all the video evidence or all the picture evidence, but I don't trust any of it. Like, it's hard to trust anybody or anything when people have been lying to you since you were a kid.
Yeah.
So, but I fucking love the stories though. But do you want to wrap this up, man?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, right. I'm sure it's probably hard to talk on your iPad after they shut you down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and this shit's still. So I don't know if it's out for the day or something, or if I just fucked it up because I didn't do anything.
No.
I was just talking to you, and then I mean, I guess I did fuck it up then.
Why?
Because I was talking about them, man.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. Yeah. Them, they. Yeah.
They. They
yeah.
them's.
That's cool. Well, yeah. What were we gonna say?
No. I was just saying, but yeah. That was pretty much all I had on my thoughts on like conspiracies and the cabals and stuff.
Yeah. There's plenty of rabbit holes we could go down, and I'm sure that it would be cool to like branch off and do a whole different podcast like we talked about. But we'll save that for another time, because I could go on and on about all sorts of stuff. I think it's cool. We go ahead and just stop this now, and and we'll record again.
For sure.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right, talk to you later.